The Orange Coast College Dance Team has been an iconic name to the UDA College Nationals stage. Competing year after year in the open division, this team has brought home several of national titles in both pom and jazz. Dylann, who is a second-year member on the Orange Coast College Dance Team, shared with me her perspective on the team's legacy and how they are preparing to continue their success for another year. Now, if you like this kind of content, make sure you are following if you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. I say it interview after interview. UDA is coming up. I'm going to be posting scores, results, reactions, all of that fun stuff, so make sure you are tuned in. With that being said, episode 4 to the final 8, here is Dylann from OCC. I have been a huge fan of OCC for years.
Yeah.
Even going back to when I first started dancing, like early 2009, OCC was like the team I would always wait for by my phone
I
to
love
watch
that.
on the live streams. And I talked to Renee
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
and we went through like a little bit of her OCC history, but I'm excited
Mhm.
to dig even deeper into it with you today.
Yes.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you get started in dancing? What inspired you? What did that look like?
So I started dancing when I was 2, and then I started competing in like the competitive world when I was 9. And I competed at Impact Dance Center in Los Alamitos, California. And then in high school, around my sophomore year, I realized how good the song team at my school was, which is Los Alamitos High School, which I feel like is a very
There we
known
go.
UDA high school
Oh
school.
yeah.
So I obviously wanted to be on that team. So I quit competitive dance and I joined Los Al. I was on varsity song for 3 years there. I won 4 national titles with them, 3 in medium varsity game day, and then 1 in small varsity pom. And Jennifer and Leo Ramirez are just like some of the most inspiring people ever. So that really just built me as the person I am today. And then I joined OCC last year, and also I was good friends with Renee, and she was on Innovate, and she just
Mhm.
asked me to be on the open pom team with her, which was so crazy. And the girls there are insane, and so is Stephanie. And we ended up getting, I think, third in the world for that one,
Yeah.
which was crazy. So that's kind of my background.
I did not know you were a Los Al girl. That's
Yes,
incredible. I
so
love
great.
Los Alamitos every
Such
year
a great
watching them.
program.
Did you compete UDA and USA Nationals?
No, so we do our varsity team does UDA, and then our JV team does USA.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. How would you say that your training has helped you prepare for OCC, given that you had that dance team training? I know some
Yeah.
people go straight from like studio to
Yeah.
college dance. How did that help you?
Pom is a very hard thing to pick up, I would say. So
Oh,
having
yeah.
a pom background has just like really made my life so much easier in the college world. And just being on, especially a team like Los Al, like you're kind of training at the college level in high school, and like you have so much practice and you're doing so much conditioning and so much like training that it just like sets you up for like success in your future because you're working so hard at such a young age.
Throughout the season at OCC, how does your team handle the physical and mental demands of college? I mean, you're going through your courses, some people are
Hmm.
probably working, you have
Yeah.
practices. Like, how do you handle that?
I think it's just really scheduling your life and making sure to really just like make everything a priority, but also make your schoolwork the main priority because at the end of the day, we're here to go to college, we're here to get a degree. But training and working is obviously super important too. So I think a lot of our girls base their work schedule around our practice schedule because practice kind of comes first in that kind of way. But just making schoolwork our top priority also, and just getting all of our work in on time and just going to all of our classes helps so much with our stress and just everything.
What made you want to audition for OCC?
So I knew in high school that I was going to go to community college, and OCC is one of the only community colleges that I've heard of that even goes to UDA. And then being on a team that goes to UDA in high school, I knew that I wanted to compete at UDA College Nationals. So OCC was really just like the best one I could find, especially around me. And so just like the legacy they have and everything they've done just made me really want to be on their team.
What were some challenges that you say your team might have faced throughout the season, like leading up to nationals?
Some challenges is definitely just getting a lot of our girls haven't been in the UDA world before, so learning how important it is to like work hard and practice and be there and want to win and show that you want to win and work hard. And also just like there's been a lot of injuries, there's been a lot of sickness,
Yeah.
and just working through that is such a challenge. And just because, you know, if your foot hurts now, it's gonna hurt in Florida. So we have to push through now instead of
Yeah.
waiting till we get there to like then push through it. So just I would say injuries and sickness and all of that is one of our biggest challenges.
A typical week for an OCC dancer, like with practices, game days, what does that look like?
So first semester we do practicing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 12. And then closer to Florida, we'll add in some 5 a.m. So usually it will be Wednesdays, 5 to 12 or 5 to 9, 5 to 7,
Wow.
whatever it is, depending on like what we have. And then Saturday we have games. We only do home games because we just have time for home
Yeah.
games. Um, and also just going to class. I think I'm all online, but my a lot of my teammates go to class after practice
Uh-huh.
and go to work after that, and then most of us will like take class at studios after practice as well.
What sports does OCC support for the dance team? What sports do you guys
We
do?
cheer for football and men's and women's basketball.
And with all of that going on, how do you guys juggle that organization that is needed for dance team?
So if there's basketball games on days that we need to do like a night practice or something like that, we just won't do the basketball games because our
Yeah.
priority is working for nationals, not cheering at the games. But most of the times for their games are like not during our practice time. So it's honestly
Mm.
not hard for us to go to those things and support those teams.
Going into nationals,
Mhm.
OCC has this long legacy of being one of
Yes.
the top teams. I
Yes.
would say at nationals in general, definitely from the beginning.
Mhm.
How does your team handle that pressure where it comes to wanting to protect that legacy, or do you really even feel any pressure at all?
I wouldn't say we feel pressure. I would say it kind of just motivates us and like inspires us to do better because we want to keep that legacy. Like we don't want to be the ones to ruin it for the like years before us. We don't want to be the ones to be like, "Ooh, that team wasn't the best
Mm.
and that team was so much better." Like we want to hold that legacy and we want to work hard to hold that legacy. So I think it really just makes us better at the end of the day and makes us so much more motivated.
For the
Yeah.
past few years, I would say, especially for myself, I've seen like OCC really step up their level in terms
Yeah.
of competition.
Yeah.
And I would say that Brittany probably has a huge
Yes.
impact on that. But
100%.
what are some other things that might have contributed to that recent success?
I honestly think it's our teammates. Like, we want it so bad, and you could see that we want it so bad. And we're also just a really close knit team. Like, this year and last year, we were just really close teams. So I feel like that shows on a stage is like when you're close with your teammates, you can tell that like you're one together on the
Hmm.
stage, and you could just tell when a team is close and wants to do it for each other and not just themselves. So I think just our team working hard and seeing the rest of your teammates working hard makes you want to work hard because you're obviously as good as the people around you. So it's just that's just so much of it is our team.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too. What division are you looking forward to the most this year?
That's hard because I love Palm. Like, Palm is my favorite. I love Palm.
Me
I
and you
think our
both.
jazz is insane this year, as well as last year. But I'm excited for Palm because I think we could place maybe better than we did last year. And I really want to show that we could get at least top 3 this year in Palm. And our Palm routine is just, it's crazy. So I'm so
I
excited
can't
for
wait.
that.
You're making me even more excited for it now.
It's so good.
Looking back at your time at OCC, what have been some of your personal favorite experiences?
Going to UDA in general, like, again, I grew up going to UDA in the high school level, so you obviously look up to the D1A teams, the D1 teams so much, and seeing them like in person on the stage is just something so crazy. And then also just putting our dances on the floor is such a surreal like thing to like when you go backstage after dancing and watch that video, like it will bring me to tears every time. Like
Aw.
it's just so surreal because it's just like we've worked so hard and then we go out there and we work even harder and then we get to see what we've worked so hard for and just like bring that to life and just see it all play out how we wanted it to. It's just amazing.
So how has dancing at OCC shaped your viewpoint on dance team? Are you going to continue after OCC?
This will be my fifth UDA, so I think my time in the UDA world has kind of come to an end. I want to go more the pro route. Like, there's a lot of pro teams near me, like football and or NBA teams, like things like that. So I would like to go into that next, I think, or at least start trying out for that.
Yeah,
Next, OCC has just made me like realize how much discipline you have to have on yourself to work hard and to stay like focused and to stay like motivated and inspired by everyone. And I think OCC has just made me realize like really how hard it you have to work to like get the things you want.
I would highly encourage the pro route. And here in SoCal, you have so many great
So
teams.
many
Laker
options.
girls, incredible.
Yeah,
Clippers, incredible. LA
incredible.
Rams, incredible. Like, you have
Yeah,
so many
so many
options.
options.
So, what advice would you give to someone that's looking to dance at maybe OCC or just the college level in general?
I would say that your work ethic starts now. So no
Mm,
matter how old you are, um the habits you create now are the habits you're going to have for the rest of your life. So if you're working hard now, you're going to continue to be a hard worker. And if you're slacking now, you're going to continue to slack. And then I feel like a lot of people want to be on the big D1A teams or the D1 teams and things like that and like get discouraged when they don't make one that they're looking forward to the most. But I think dancing at a college level in general, no matter what category you're in, no matter what team you're on, I think that's just amazing. And I think it's should be said more how impressive it's to be on a college team in general, no matter what level you're at.
I think to just even like high school, to have that
Hmm.
vulnerability to put yourself on that big stage, knowing
Yeah,
it's going to be talked about everywhere, whether
yeah,
you're the top D1A school or an open team, like
yeah,
it's such a big inspiration on all, I would say, to
hmm,
even put yourself out there. And
yeah,
I'm sure you know, it's like every little girl's dream at this point to be
yeah,
on the UDA
yeah,
stage.
of
Well, I
course.
thank you for your time, Dylan. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day and best of luck to you leading up to UDA Nationals.
You too. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.